for today's webinar with Visible Builder. We have Dennis Schaefer on the line. He's going to be leading this webinar for us. And, you know, we're always looking in the corporate office for new vendors in different spaces to help you run your business, but also get more time to work on your business. And, you know, Visible Builder is a great way to increase your social footprint. And Dennis is going to explain what Visible Builder is and how it can help you to do that and to become more visible online. Because of the amount of people, Dennis is going to mute everyone, but he'll unmute you periodically or at the end for any questions that you may have. Dennis?
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and mute you guys. There we are. Thanks for taking the time out of your day today to be here. I am going to unmute several times, and I'll give you kind of a warning ahead of time because I really would like to take on questions. There's a lot of questions in this space. But right now I'll kind of go through what Visible Builder is all about, what we do, and we can go from there. So let's start out with right there. Where the idea came from. One was working as a member of Outdoor Living Brands. I was Director of Business Development with Architect for a couple of years and working with franchisees across the United States and Canada with their businesses and helping them within their business. And this was one of the areas that we needed a lot of help. Also, I've been speaking for several years at the different service provider conventions across the United States. There'll be one next week in Baltimore for the Remodeling Council. And at these sessions, after, during, before, as we're talking with a lot of service providers, this has always been the topic. It used to be so easy before to put an ad in the paper or classifieds, and now with social, it's extremely effective, but extremely confusing and time-consuming. And so that's where this idea came from. And I'll show you a brief video that kind of describes it. It's only a minute long, so it won't be too bad. That kind of describes what Visible Builder became. So that's what it basically is doing, is making you visible within your relevant spaces. And with Mosquito Squad, little different from Architect and Renew Crew, where there's some visuals that go with it, there's different platforms that we'll be working with to make that happen and be visible. Also, we'll take a different approach to Facebook and some of the other social platforms to make sure we're concentrating on the client testimonials or reviews, but also giving a lot of great information and local information. That's the big focus with Visible Builder, is to make it hometown local. So along with the updating and creating of these social platforms, we'll also be doing reputation monitoring. We'll also be doing online registration. So the platforms that we'll be looking at is Merchant Circle, Facebook, of course, Zillow, and we'll go through a couple of these, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google. These are the platforms that Visible Builder feels are the best to get Mosquito Squad visible. Also Manta, Insider Pages, City Search, and Porch. And as we're going through this today, even if you choose not to look at Visible Builder as an option for your business, there's a lot of great takeaways you can take from today. These are things you can put into your business today. There are some social platforms that are already out there. You're probably already in there, but they're gaining a lot of steam in search. So you'd want to get on there and claim your business. This here is Porch, is a very strong one. If you haven't heard of it, you will. It has just signed this year an agreement with all the Lowe's locations, over 1,700. They will have kiosks within the stores where customers can go to Porch and find service providers in their area. Here is one, Fenton Pest Control. I live in Fenton, Michigan, so that's why I brought this up. But here is Fenton Pest Control Contractors, and this was within Porch. If you look at Porch, I'm already working with a couple of architect locations. Here is how it's laid out when someone's looking for a provider, and you can see there's Lowe's, which is going to be at the top of every page, and then you look down here, and in fourth position is architect, just by making sure they've maintained, or we have, their Porch profile. Merchant Circle is another area that a lot of times you need to go claim your, and we'll be doing that for our members, claim their profile within Merchant Circle. This one's a little confusing. You'll find when you go in there, there's a lot of misinformation. If you've got addresses from a couple of different locations, you might have several different profiles that need to be claimed. So there's, I found Merchant Circle is more than anything else just going and cleaning things up a little bit for our clients. Now here's City Search. Now City Search, excuse me, this is one for Mosquito Squad of Chicago. They've got the websites right there. They've got no reviews as of yet, which is one of the things Visible Builder will go out and harvest from your customer list that you provide. But nevertheless, it's got all the information right there under City Search. And this is a very viable and growing social platform. Insider Pages is another one. This is our local Mosquito Squad. And you can see on here they've got stars for a couple of reviews that were made. Here are the reviews that were on the Insider Pages. And again, if you guys notice the way you use the internet, the way people are starting to make all their decisions by going to Google and putting in businesses, the review side of online is growing faster than anything. It's the, they call it, instead of word of mouth, word of mouse. It's where people are getting their referrals, is from these reviews. I know myself, I was doing some work in the Illinois area, not knowing this particular area for some service providers. I went directly to Google. I looked at the people that had reviews, brought up the reviews. I felt more comfortable going with a company, and I did, and they were good. I felt more comfortable with a company that had positive reviews and had reviews, not just blank. All right, I'm going to go back for a second, and I'm going to cover a couple of platforms. I'm going to unmute all right now, and to see if you have any questions on any of these different formats that we talked about. Everyone's unmuted at this time. Any questions on any of the different formats? Any of you using any of these to success at this point? Well, if you're not using it, then you're going to need Visible Builder. So I will continue. Hold on one second. I will mute. I will mute all. Okay, we're all muted again. Okay, let's go to what the industry is saying, if you don't already know, most small business owners are planning to invest most in social strategies. It's where the clients are at. Facebook, I think, is one of the strongest methods for what you do, Mosquito Squad, the services you offer. They're having a wedding in the backyard. Mosquito Squad, came out, did the service. The wedding was a great success. That's going to get onto Facebook. You should be nurturing those comments, nurturing those customers, and getting more and more business from it. It's a constant marketing database that is within your Facebook pages. It's an immediate ad that you can place. It's not as with a website. Don't get me wrong, websites are extremely important. But when you make changes there, you are waiting for someone to come see them. You're waiting to bring people there so they can see the changes and the new things you've been doing. Whereas with Facebook and social, if you built your base, they will see the changes immediately when you post them or when we post them for you. So it's really important, and it's not going to go anywhere. Social's here to stay. I know it may change names. As everyone knows, like with Facebook, before that was MySpace, and before that was Friendster. Those are names that our kids would probably not even know, but they were there first. Not saying Facebook's going anywhere anytime soon, but there will be another Facebook. There will be another Porch. There will be another City Search. And that's one of the things here at Visible Builder that we do, is we will stay on top of the industry and see what the strong social platforms are and bring those in. We'll do 9 platforms, up to 9. We can do up to 12. We're going to make this so it's as successful as possible for each of our members. So we're not stuck in any particular platform. We're going to be using the platforms and creating profiles for your business on the ones that work the best. So that's what we do. We create, update, and maintain. Now, what does create mean? Basically, if you already have a Facebook page, we will become an administrator for that page, and we will maintain that and update that for you. If you don't have a Facebook page for your business, we will help you create it. We will then update and maintain it. If you don't have a Twitter account, if you'd like one, we'll create it. If you don't want one, you don't have to have one. So it's basically you choose from these platforms which ones you'd like. My suggestion is go with all you can. It isn't going to hurt. We're going to maintain it for you either way. So, but nevertheless, that's what we do. We update and maintain it. The reputation monitoring. Let's look back at social for a second. We'll do 2 posts per week on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. We right now are doing them at 7:30 in the morning on Tuesdays and 8 o'clock in the morning on Saturdays. Those at this time are the best read for the service industry. It may change. Different day, different time, whatever. We'll keep up to date on when the best time to get the readership is. We then, that'll be on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And then on Insider. Then we'll also do the monthly updates on the rest of those. We'll do reputation monitoring, where we will check the internet to see what's being said about your company. If there's something negative, we will make you aware of that. We will do local search assist, which is basically getting the local search directories, claiming your profile, and then checking them for accuracy on a monthly basis. And then the most important one is the testimonial harvesting, getting reviews from your customers. Now, we're not going to be begging your customers or bothering your customers or pestering them. In a minute, I'll go through what we're talking about with that, okay? Each month, you are going to receive a monthly profile email. Not a call, not a scheduled meeting where you've got to take time out of your day. You're just going to get an email that's going to say, time to update your profile. You'll just go to the link, put a couple of things in, and we'll go through that in a minute, and then save. If you get that email and you're like, oh, I don't have time right now, and you forget about it, 4 days later you'll be sent another email saying, no, you're busy, get some time, go ahead and take care of this. If you forget again, we'll send one more. I know how it is. I've been in the service industry all my life. There's a lot of times you get an email and say, I don't have time for this. I got to get this other stuff done. So we'll keep letting you know. If for some reason during that time frame you're just way too busy and you didn't get a chance to do it, don't worry about it. We'll still take care of all your monthly profiles. They may not be as personalized, but they'll be very local and have that local hometown feel. So we'll go through that also here. You will get, when you go to the link, you'll get this. Now these pictures, different from Architect or Renew Crew, where you've got these beauty shots. With yours, it's going to be pictures of maybe the family outing that someone sent into you that the mosquitoes got saved because of the mosquito control that was done. You're going to ask your clients to send some pictures. We're also going to be asking some of your clients to do the same so that we can show the end result of the business that you do through pictures, through stories. If you get a new truck, you're going to send a picture of that. If someone in your office is just got engaged, you're going to send in a picture of that person. We're going to get it personalized. So this is the stuff you can update. You can put in the cool stuff you've been doing as a business or people within your company. And then you're going to put down 1 to 4 of your promoters. First name, last name, email, phone number. And then some notes of what you did for them. Now I'm showing you one for the building side, like I said, with the beauty shots, but I'll show you how this simple process, if you take in a few minutes and put in some information, turns into the posts and what happens with your social footprint. Here is one that came from a member of ours that is sent in a 3D rendering, 3 pictures of the deck, what they've done this month, and then their promoter. And that turned into this post right here, which is a very local hometown feel to it. And it shows the reality of it. Now, off to this side is showing for Architect and OLB as a whole, where you've got posts going on your Facebook page, and that's very strong and very powerful, but at the same respect, it's generic. It's the same one for each of the locations, and it's a very generic ad or post that is a helpful hint and will be read, but it doesn't bring that local hometown, which I think is very important. When you start getting posts in such a way that you're getting conversations, that's the key, that's the goal, is to get people to start talking, not just look at them or read them, but like them and talk about them, because this is where the power's at. When Todd made this comment, the 300 friends Todd has also seen that comment and might want to say, hey, let me go and take a look at this. And so they'll be going to your page and liking that page. And we put in a gate on your Facebook page so that when someone goes to your page, they have to like it to see it. So this allows you to build those likes up. This is one for Columbus, Architect of Columbus. And this is just a picture of the Indian Run Falls, which is not too far from, it's right in the area that they build. And here is one of their, people that like the page is talking about how this is close to where they work and they like taking a walk by the falls. It has nothing to do with building decks, but it's a conversation. They're feeling comfortable with Architect of Columbus, and their friends are going to the page to take a look. That's what social does, and that's where the strength is built, and that's what Visible Builder does to create it. Also on your Facebook page, we'll be putting a tab that will allow people to ask you to come out and give them a quote right from the Facebook page and not having to go to the website. Here is one for Architect of North Carolina for Hugh Meenan, and here is what that one looks like. And when they click on that, they go directly to this page, which is put in the information and what they need and send it. So they don't have to, you don't have to have them clicking all over the place to try to get some information from you. If they're on your Facebook page, they like what they see, they want to talk to you, they don't have to leave. They can just click, get the information, they can stay browsing through Facebook. Just as we all, I love reviews. I love getting them for my members and my clients, but I love getting them myself. And here is a review from you, Meenan, in regards to the first several months of working with Visible Builder and how he had seen unbelievable results, in his words, and that's the only thing they changed. It shows the power of social. Now, granted, their Facebook page, when they turned it over to us, had 1 or 2 likes on it. So we had we could build that very quickly. We all, all only went up, but it's worked very well, and they've had some great success with it. And don't hesitate to call. He's a fellow Outdoor Living Brands franchisee. Give him a call and see how he likes using the service. Don't hesitate to do that. So as we were talking about, this is what we do. A lot of people are saying, I don't have the time to do this myself. That's how this all came from, is when I'm talking with people and saying, I know I have to do this. I know we should be doing this, but I don't have time to do it myself. And I don't know who to hire. Most of the time, and why I feel this is working so well, is there's a great divide between those people with feet on the street working in the service industry, waking up every morning unemployed and going to a kitchen table to try to get a job, and those people that are in the tech industry trying to, with algorithms and all of the technical side of it. And being that I've been in both, I'm able to bring the two together to the point where I think I'm filling a need. I believe I truly am, and it's working quite well. So these, as we talked about, these are what we'll do. But I wanted to show you, once you decide you'd like to be part of Visible Builder, we've come with an agreement together with Outdoor Living Brands to bring something to Outdoor Living Brands that's not available to anyone else. And so when you get to the registration page, you will find franchisees click here. Once you click there, it'll take you to the registration page for Outdoor Living Brands. Good. And you will see on here, at first you're going to say, well, $350. I see on that other page it was $295 a month. We have to pay more. That's not it. It's a different structure. What it is that it's $350 a month for 9 months out of the year. That billing will be from March through November. And then through the lower cash flow months, especially Mosquito Squad, there's very little cash flow coming through in those winter months. You're going to go from $350 a month down to $50 a month from December through February. And so there is an annual savings of $240, almost a month of service, but also the structure of the payments fits the cash flow of the business. But what's ironic about how the cash flow is, it may be your lowest cash flow months, November, December, January, and February, but it's also the strongest months that you should be marketing social, should be marketing a lot in all your different formats. And the reason is that this is when people are looking at making decisions, looking at things, and then and branding your product in their head so that when mosquito starts biting them in April, they're like, that Mosquito Squad, that's who I want to go. So it's an important time to be doing it. A lot of people just drop off and then bring it back and start it in the spring when you want to be on their minds when they're ready to think about it. So that's why I think this is so important to the process. The last thing I'd like to talk about is the change that's happening that a lot of people, I guess, haven't started talking about yet, but I really feel it's very important. When businesses were sold, and I sold a business, a deck building business about 6 years ago, one of the things that was part of the formula was goodwill. Goodwill was an asset, had a value to it. And that was the customer list, the amount of, the way we were thought of in the community. All of those things were part of goodwill. Well, I think what's happening now, and what you're going to see in the very near future, is that a line item within a sale agreement is going to be social assets or a social footprint. What is how many likes are there on Facebook? What is your following on Facebook? What is your following on Porch? How many reviews do you have online? Where are you in this social area? I know myself, if I was looking to buy a business, I would do research online about that business. If I found that business didn't have a Facebook presence, or the last post they did was back a year ago, that would downplay the amount I would be willing to pay for that business, because I got a lot of work ahead of me to build that up. So one of the things, as people are looking at their businesses and putting a plan together that I'm going to make this very successful, and my exit strategy is this, part of that exit strategy is to build this social footprint. and it's not something you can do overnight. It's not something you can just say, oh, I'm going to sell my business next year, I better get a social footprint. You got to build it. And so whether you bring in a service like Visible Builder or you do it yourself, it's very important to do that. The other thing about Visible Builder is I feel so very strong about this and the success it will bring. This is not a contract. This is month to month. If at the end of 1 month or 2 months you say it's not, I don't see the validity to it, just stop it. Not a big deal. You will get a report every month so you can see what's being done, how many posts on Facebook, what was done to your different profiles, the things that were sent out for testimonials. You'll get that every month. It's sent out from the website to you once your profiles are complete. It's sent out. So you'll be able to see it. And if you don't see the value, don't continue it. So I think that's a very important part of what we do. So I'm going to go over one last thing very quickly, and then I'll unmute for any questions. I just want to let you know this is my email address. Please feel free to email any questions. This is my phone number that you can contact me with any questions you have, both on Visible Builder or if you just got some questions on social. I'm pretty passionate about this venue within our marketing, so I got no problem talking to you about it. So don't hesitate. So I'm going to go ahead and unmute all at this point. You are all unmuted. And see if you have any questions at this time.
I'll take some money.
Is anyone?
Dennis,
Yes.
this is Mariana. Can you tell me how and if Angie's List plays into this? When you said the reviews are starting to really control social media. I know that's one of the original review sites.
2 years ago, 3 years ago.
The thing is that, and Hugh Jones, I've seen your microphone on. I muted you just for a second. The thing is with Angie's List, and you know, I feel differently about Angie's List. I think a lot of times I feel that our company, our industry is being held hostage by Angie's List with some of the fees and everything that they're doing, and they say that you can't pay to get be on there, but they're asking you to pay an awful lot to be present. But nevertheless, right. I really feel that that's separate from social. It's a paid social. Angie's List is up to you with what you want to do with Angie's List, but I would never pay the kind of money I've heard people paying to be on Angie's List. So we're not wrapping Angie's List into what we do, because that means that there'll be more cost to it. And I think that some of these other social platforms are gaining more strength than the paid subscriptions to Angie's List.
Same thing with Homeadvisor.
Homeadvisor, which has basically renamed itself twice, I think now. That's I hope no one's out here from Homeadvisor. I would stay as far away from that as I possibly could. You just pay so much money for an old beat-up lead that a lot of times you'll call a client and they'll be so ticked off you call them because you're the 20th person that calls them in regards to it.
We're not doing Angie's List or Homeadvisor. I was just wondering how it played in.
Well, the reviews are, if you took any company and you put their name into, well, you could do it with any company, and you put their name into Google and just Google it, you will see on there, like if it's a building company or someone that has an account on House.com, House will be in the first 3 listings if there's reviews there. And people, when they see reviews, 3 reviews, they are drawn to it and click it. And then they read what people are saying about it. So it's really important outside of Angie's List that any platform that allows you to give reviews, that you go out and gather those reviews.
So Jane, how does 360 tie into this? Jane?
Listen 360. I mean, Listen 360 is a private it's a private review site. At this point, if I was a Visible Builder client, I would use Listen 360 to tell me which clients I should have Visible Builder reach out to on my behalf. Because you know which clients are singing your praises because of your Listen 360 reviews, and then I would just follow it up on my monthly email to Visible Builder that these are the 4 that I want you to reach out to this month.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And another question just for me to jump in is I've just via email I've gotten a few questions of how this works with the corporate postings that we do on your behalf, and Visible Builder really is a complement to that. You know, what we do, because we do it for all franchisees, is it is generic. It is not local, and that local personality and presence is so important in social. So what Visible Builder is going to do is going to enhance what you are doing, what we're doing corporately.
Yes.
Speaking of, how much can we do ourselves along with Visible Builder? For instance, I mean, if somebody, or if I take a picture at an event, I can just go ahead into Facebook and do it myself, correct?
Right. You still have total control.
Okay.
You can go in there and do a post a day if you want, or post every 2 days. But if all of a sudden you are just swamped with things going on, both in personal life and business life, and you've been away from it for 4 or 5 weeks, it doesn't matter. Your presence has still been out there. John Morris had just sent a post over that said, how many posts are there? There's 8 posts a month on each platform that you have: Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. If you don't want a Twitter, it'd be 8 just on Facebook. But on those 3 platforms, you get 8 posts a month, 2 a week. As I was saying earlier, it's Tuesdays and Saturdays right now are coming out to be the best days and times, 7:30 in the morning, for readership. And John, I hope, thank you. I see you, John, you replied. Thanks. Any other questions? Any questions in regards to the social assets approach? Do you feel that that is going to be part of the value of a business? Just a yay or nay, I'm sure. I really feel very strongly that that's going to be part of it. So, any other questions in regards to any of the other platforms or anything social or Visible Builder can do? All right. Hearing none, I think we're all set. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me if you have any questions at all. Visit the website. There's a couple of videos on there that go even through it even more. And don't hesitate to send me an email and let me know what you think. Have a great day. Thanks, Jane.
Thanks. Thanks.
Thank you. Have a great day.